Hey everybody. So a lot of you have been asking for me to create content that would be longer, especially when I'm talking about color grading so that I can go more in depth. So this is what we're gonna do today. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so my voice is a little, on and off, and that's why I look like shit. So let's go ahead and let's grade. So basically today we have this footage. It's a footage coming from red. That has been shot on a red. Let's play it so that we can see. It's a beautiful model that is looking at the window. So let's go for it. So first thing that we're gonna do, hold on. First thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna create, we're gonna do our CST, so color space transform. So let's do that. All right, so we know it's coming from a red. For the input color space will be red, white gamut, RGB. And the input gamma will be, let's try, I don't know exactly which it was, so we're gonna try both. We're gonna try red log 3G10. I think that should be, yeah, looks good. Or we're gonna try also the red log film. Oh, red log film look more, we're gonna go with that basically. Output color space, we're gonna work on in DAVINCI white gamut. Output gamma, DAVINCI white gamut intermediate. And then input color space for the second node, DAVINCI white gamut, input gamma, DAVINCI intermediate, output color space, Rec 709, and output gamma 2.4. So now we have the base for us to color. And looks good. For some reason, it's a little blue. So first, what we're gonna do also is that the gamut mapping method, we're gonna select saturation compression. When you do that, it handles the LUT that you're putting much better. So we're gonna do that. So let's take a look at our vector scope. So it looks good. I feel like everything is in that side of the wheel, so a little bit on the blue side. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to kind of shift it a little bit towards warmer tone. So basically fix our white balance. So to do that, I'm gonna, on the first node that we have here, I'm gonna select gamma linear, and our lumen mix, I'm gonna set it to 0. And then we're gonna push everything towards the warmer tone. So let's do that. So boom, boom, boom. All right, so we went from this, which was a little blue, to that. Now the skin tone is a little, I think it's okay. Let's take a look at the parade. Let's see if we can do something here. Okay. Sorry, I'm focused, that's why I'm not talking. All right, now I feel like we have footage that is more balanced. What we had before, completely blue, the skin tone a little bluish, and now with the balance that we operated, we have something that looks a lot more natural. So now that we have that, I'm going to try to balance the footage in another way with the HDR palette. So with the HDR palette, it's color space aware. So that's why we will select color space, and we will select DaVinci white gamut because that's our color space. So specular, doesn't show anything. Highlight, so it shows what's outside and the side of our face that is a little bit more highlighted. So I'm gonna bring that down. And then in the light, it includes that part plus the rest. So which will ultimately balance our footage, but let the part of the face that is brighter be brighter, basically. So let's let's bring it up. All right. So just for you to see, if I remove it, all right, and if I put it with what we did with the HDR palette, much better. You see more details in the shadow. Let's keep on going. So if I click shadow, I think we could pull it up a little bit. All right, so we can see more details in her hair, and then the dark and that thing. All right, so not too bad. So just to sum up, we started from here, and we are here. Not too bad. So now what we're gonna do is that we are going to add some glow. So hold on, let me organize this a little bit. You shouldn't do that. You should name your node. I just doing it because I'm doing it for the sake of showing you, but you should label your node, because especially when you are facing a client and it's asking you to switch something, you have to know where is what, basically. So moving on. So glow. So I'm going to select glow, and I'm going to go to the composite type, and I'm going to select soft light. Soft light. And then let's kind of play with the shine threshold and the spread. So, tag, all right. Gonna leave it a little dreamy like that. I think it's cool. And the gain a little bit more down, saturation down, and the bright region recovery, we're gonna put it down a little bit. So just to show you what has changed without, with. So I think it's pretty nice. There is still kind of a little imbalance where the face, I mean, the light is coming from the window, so it's much brighter than on the other side. So I'm gonna try to create a mask that will kind of address that. So we're gonna do a gradient. So first I'm gonna do a gradient on her globally. Tag. And it should basically, we're gonna make it softer. What we try to accomplish basically is have the viewer looking at her rather than the view. So we're gonna put the emphasis on her, basically. Tag. All right, so as you can see right now, what's around there is a little darker. I'm also going to blur it a little bit. And then I'm going to desaturate. So saturation, I'm gonna bring it down. And then I'm gonna go to the HDR palette, and the global of the exposure, I'm gonna bring it down like maybe -15. All right. And now on her skin, I'm gonna tap her skin, which will show you where the middle gray is. So now that we have that, we can influence a little bit of the contrast with the curves. So basically the reason why we selected our skin is that we don't want to touch that. We want to touch everything else. So put it down, put it up. And I'm gonna try to do a really nice, smooth S-curve. So boom, much better. I'm gonna let it up. All right. So because we blurred our surrounding, we're gonna make her a little sharper, but not too much because we don't want it to, we want the footage to be soft. Then the shadow we're gonna lift a little bit. The highlight we're gonna put down. Then maybe the mid a little bit more. And the HDR exposure, we're gonna put it up a little bit, maybe 5. So just to show you what we did, what we had before and what we did now. So you see more emphasis on her. Basically, before you used to look at the window and what she's looking at, and now you're looking at her and not so much at the window. So that's really nice. I see that in the low we are about to pick a little bit, so I'm gonna take care of that. So hold on. So we want to do something really smooth, really filmic. So I'm gonna put it down, maybe the gain a little bit down. The gamma, we're gonna put it up. And the lift, we're gonna put it up a little bit, like so. So you see, you don't want to be completely at 0 because that's when your black are crushing, and you don't want to be too high because that's when the footage look kind of faded out, which is a style that people like, but in this case, I think to that level is good. Maybe a little bit up. I will check later. We are going to go to saturation versus saturation. We're gonna lift it up here and put it down here. Now we're gonna move to luma versus saturation. And in the dark side, I'm gonna put it down. And in the brighter side, put it down here. And since I wanna be a little bit more above 0, the low soft, I'm gonna put it up like 20, like so. And that looks nice. Just to also check a little bit more. We went from here to there. It's really nice. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We like it. Now, I feel like in her skin tone, like maybe we could try to handle the saturation a little bit. So let's try to do that. So, hue versus saturation. We're gonna bring it down in the skin tone color. All right, so now her skin tone is, because before she was more red in some spaces of her face and less at other spaces. I think that now it's a little bit uniform. So that's good. Now, luma versus hue versus luma. Let's see if we bring this down or up. I don't see a big change. I'm just gonna bring a little bit down. And with the blue, same thing. I'm gonna be very subtle. Gonna bring it down here. And I'm going to bring it, let's see, down. Yeah. All right, cool. That's, the look is good. Now let's try to use that new stuff, the film look creator from DaVinci. So I'm not really used to that stuff. So that's kind of a new thing for me. So let's try to see what he would do. So I just drop it on. Yeah, he created a look that is nice, but he kind of messed up my white balance. Let's see if we can play with it. So we have different choice, 35, small grainy. I like it. We have cinematic, where it creates, but I don't like the fact that it changes my white balance and stuff. I'm sure that this is things that you can fix in the bottom, but let's see the different look. Bleach bypass, which is really nice. I love it. And then clean slate. So clean slate kind of let us go from where we were, and I guess we will have to bring it where we want. So we're gonna choose that, so that way, we don't want the machine to kind of tell us the look. We want to dial it in, basically. So film look blend, it went to 0. Let's see if I put it up. All right, not bad with the cinematic. Let's check the different one. Rochester, which remind me a little bit of a 2383 D60. Alaska. Nice, nice. Related. Vintage. Yeah, don't like that. I will go either with the Rochester or the Alaska. Let's go with the Rochester because I think like I like what it does to the skin, basically. So I'm gonna select that for the fade because I think it went down with when I use the look. So I'm gonna put it back up, not so much, but yeah. Tack, white balance. Let's see. I think the white balance still changed a little bit because it influenced some color, but I think it's still okay. Subtractive saturation, I think so. Basically, it makes the footage richer without necessarily make it brighter. So I'm gonna crank it up a little bit. Richness, let's see what it does. I'm not sure. And then the bleach bypass that I liked. Let's see if we bring it up. Okay, so the bleach bypass is kind of dialing it back actually. So let's see if we can do a little bit. Love it, love it. And there is an option to do grain, so let's try to see what he proposes. Ooh, it's a little much, so I'm gonna put down the amount. Okay, that's a healthy amount of grain, but I think that overall I'm gonna go into the global blend and kind of bring it down basically to have a look that is there, but it's not screaming like, "Hey, we made a look," you know. Yeah, so I think like, you know, half like. Here I'm by 0.96, 0.496, sorry. And I think that's the look. So let's see. I'm gonna take a screenshot of what we had before. Gonna take a screenshot. We're gonna, you know, have the image wipe. Yeah, and that's insane. So basically, that's what we had before. And that's what we have now. I could even play with it, like, you know, to show you the difference. But we really brought some life into it. And one thing, you know, as I'm kind of searching the footage, I see she has little skin imperfection. Should we go with the face refinement? Not necessarily, but because I think she is okay. She has a beautiful skin, but I would say let's see what it does just for the sake of showing you. So face refinement, you add another node, select face refinement, and then detect face in frame, and we're gonna let that you know, analyze everything. All right, dude, now that I did that, let's, so beauty automatic, I'm gonna crank it up a little bit more, but not too much. You know, one thing that could be good is the sliding, the side lighting, I mean. So right, left. So right, let's see if I can put it down. No. Nah, it's really obvious. Or maybe, actually, I don't really like what it does, so sorry, it might not be the example for it. And here we are. We have that look that is beautiful and that footage that is beautiful. And if you are looking to learn more about color grading, you know, I do one-on-one where I can like answer your specific questions. So don't hesitate to send me a message and I can, you know, go more in depth with you. So That was a more in-depth grade, and we do a lot more. Thank you so much for joining, and see you next time.